Hello, my beautiful and powerful Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for decoding the whispers of the universe. I am your guide, and if you have found your way to this message at this very moment, I need you to understand with every fiber of your radiant being that this is not by chance. This is a divine appointment. Pause with me for just a moment. Before we journey deeper into the heart of this extraordinary revelation, I invite you to find a quiet space. Take a deep, intentional breath in, feeling the golden light of your own spirit filling your lungs. Hold it for a count of 3, and as you exhale, release everything that does not serve your highest, most brilliant self. Let your royal shoulders drop. Let your magnificent heart, that powerful sun that warms your entire being, open just a little wider. Because a divine message is approaching before Sunday, and by the time November 23rd arrives, my dear Leo, it may very well bring tears to your eyes. But oh, these will not be tears of sorrow. No, these will be tears of clarity, tears of liberation. They will be the holy water that anoints the end of a cycle that has quietly, insidiously drained your light for far too long. You have been drawn here magnetically because something sacred within you is ready to awaken. That subtle feeling you've had, that sense that a great shift is on the horizon, that quiet knowing in your bones that your story is about to change, it is all real. This message is urgent, for it is a soul appointment, a true miracle of the sign. And if you can already feel the truth of these words stirring in your spirit, I want you to make a sacred pact with your own becoming right now. In the comments below, I want you to declare your readiness to the cosmos by writing, "I am ready to reclaim my throne." Let this be your energetic seal, your powerful intention. And if you have not yet joined our family of Light, press that subscribe button now. Do not see it as a simple click, but as a promise to yourself that you will never again miss the cosmic guidance your soul has been crying out for. What I am about to share with you carries the potent vibration of spiritual truth, of energetic alignment, and of a timing so perfect it could only be orchestrated by the divine. It all begins with 3 powerful archetypes, 3 cosmic messengers standing at the gateway of your reality right now, Justice, the Tower, and the glorious 6 of Wands. Please do not let these names stir any fear in your heart. For you, magnificent Leo, these are not cards of dread. They are cards of exposure, of breakthrough, and of a divine elevation that will restore you to your rightful place. Justice is arriving to balance the scales of what has been profoundly unfair, to restore the honor that was questioned. The Tower is coming to shake the very foundations of a stage upon which you were forced to play a role far too small for your spirit. And the 6 of Wands. Oh, my beautiful Leo, the 6 of Wands is the universe's promise that after the dust of the old world settles, you will be seen, you will be celebrated, and you will be gloriously restored. Have you been feeling it lately? That strange, uneasy pressure in your chest, right over your heart chakra? Have you been waking in the deep of the night, your mind racing, not understanding why? Have you been thinking of a person or a situation from your past, a lingering sense of injustice that you just can't seem to shake? These are not random anxieties, my friend. They are spiritual contractions. They are the undeniable signs that your inner kingdom is preparing for a profound and necessary transformation. And I know your faith may have felt fragile lately. You who are born to shine may have felt your own light dimming. But let me remind you of a sacred promise, one whispered in the ancient texts. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? The universe is not punishing you, Leo. It is preparing you. You are not being broken. You are being rebuilt with unshakable truth and radiant peace as your new foundation. This is your moment to listen, to reclaim your power. Trust me when I say this, you will want to stay with me until the very end of this message. What the cosmos is preparing to reveal could change the very way you see your life, your power, and your destiny. Are you ready to discover what this divine shakeup is truly about? Let's dive deep, shall we? My dear Leo, as we venture deeper into this sacred space, let's slow our breath and listen. Not with our ears, which can be deceived, but with our soul, which knows only truth. The energy of justice appearing in your life right now is no mere coincidence. It arrives as a holy mirror held up before your magnificent face by the universe itself to ask you one single soul-shaking question. Are you truly living in alignment with the radiant truth of your own heart? Or have you been dimming your own light, bending your own golden rules to accommodate a reality that no longer resonates with your royal spirit? Justice, you see, does not arrive with the crash of thunder. It often comes in the silence that speaks louder than any noise. It rises in those quiet, solitary moments when the truth begins to bubble up from beneath the surface of what you have tolerated for far too long. In the language of the tarot, the Justice card represents truth, balance, cosmic cause and effect, and the restoration of integrity. For you, Leo, a soul divinely guided by the sun itself, the very celestial body of light, truth, and authentic expression, this card is a profound homecoming. The sun does not pretend. It does not negotiate its right to shine. It simply is. And justice is here to remind you of that forgotten power within you. When this card appears for you, it is not a judgment. It is a spiritual summoning. It is a loving cosmic whisper telling you that something in your life has fallen out of alignment. Not as a punishment, my friend, but as a tender call back to your personal sovereignty. Astrologically, we are in a period where your inner compass, your heart's true north, is being lovingly but firmly recalibrated. Perhaps in your immense generosity, you have ignored subtle red flags in a relationship or a partnership. Maybe someone's silence, their lack of applause for your triumphs has been speaking volumes about their true intentions. Or perhaps, in your noble quest for peace and harmony, you have sacrificed too much of your own magnificent self only to find that the peace you created was a false one, built on the sand of your own compromise. These invisible weights, the words you didn't say to defend your honor, the truths you swallowed to keep the peace, the boundaries you allowed to be crossed, they do not simply disappear. They sit in your energy field, in your body like heavy stones, dimming your light. Justice calls for their release. It doesn't demand revenge. You are far too noble for that. It demands resolution. And sometimes, my dear Leo, that resolution means letting go of the need to be understood by those who are committed to misunderstanding you and choosing instead to understand and honor yourself with unwavering loyalty. The energy of justice is karmic, and please let us redefine karma right now. Karma is not a cosmic punishment system. It is a correctional current of love. It is the universe's gentle way of guiding you back to your most authentic path. The law of attraction is always at play. What we allow, we invite. Patterns will repeat themselves not to torture us, but until we finally recognize them, confront them with courage, and choose differently. This isn't about blaming anyone else. This is about the glorious, powerful act of reclaiming your throne. Leo, you were not born to be an extra in someone else's poorly written drama. You were born to be the radiant central sun of your own beautiful story. Some of you may feel this card manifesting in your relationships where there has been a long-standing imbalance of effort, of loyalty, or of celebration. Others may feel it in your careers, where your brilliant contributions have been overlooked or credited to another. And for many of you, the deepest imbalance is within your own inner dialogue, those tired old stories you've been telling yourself about what you are worthy of or what is too late for you to achieve. But justice is here to remind you your destiny is not written in stone. It is written in choice. And right now, the universe is handing you the golden pen. Let's pause here for a moment. I want to invite you into a sacred space of release. If you feel safe to do so, gently close your eyes. Inhale deeply for a count of 4, imagining you are breathing in pure golden sunlight. Hold that breath, letting it purify every cell. Now exhale even more slowly, imagining you are breathing out gray smoke, releasing all that has dimmed your shine. Let's do this 2 more times. Let each breath be a prayer, guiding you back to the unshakable center of your own being. Let it whisper to you, I am safe to see the truth. You are not alone in this process. The very air you breathe is evidence that life itself is supporting you. Now, if you have a small piece of paper, I want you to write this down. I no longer carry what does not belong to my heart. Let this be your declaration. Not a declaration of war, but a declaration of freedom. You do not need the final word in an argument. You do not need an apology from those who wronged you. You need only to be radically honest with yourself, and that truth, that brilliant light, will realign the entire world around you. There is a sacred teaching that echoes this perfectly, for each one should carry their own load. This doesn't mean we must walk alone. It means we must stop dragging the emotional weight of others' expectations, their jealousies, or their manipulations. That is not your crown to bear, Leo. You were not born to be a vessel for someone else's unresolved shadow. You were born to walk in your light even when it feels lonely, especially then. The presence of justice means the scales are tipping. Not in judgment, but in pristine clarity. You are being offered a royal exit from the cycles that have repeated, from the stories that no longer define you, and from the roles you were never ever meant to play. And if you feel a flicker of fear, that is perfectly okay. Change always speaks first in the language of discomfort. But just beyond that discomfort lies a peace you have yearned for. Beyond that is a truth that will set you free. And beyond that, magnificent Leo, is you, whole, radiant, and finally free to move forward unburdened by the weight of what never truly belonged to you. Now, my beautiful Leo, if the gentle whispers of justice were a quiet invitation back to your throne, then the energy of the tower is the lightning that illuminates the entire kingdom. But please hear me when I say this is not the kind of lightning that destroys. This is the kind that purifies. The tower doesn't fall to break you. It falls to reveal what was built on a lie, what was never solid enough to support your magnificent destiny in the first place. For a soul like you, Leo, born under the sign of the radiant heart and authentic expression, the tower is less a punishment and more a divine permission slip. It is a cosmic stage clearing. It is the necessary collapse of illusion so that what is real, what is enduring, and what is truly aligned with your soul can finally be built upon solid ground. The image of a great tower crumbling might seem frightening, just like those moments in our lives that arrive without warning, unraveling everything we thought was certain. But in the sacred language of the tarot, the tower is one of the most powerful healers. It mercilessly removes the false safety nets, the crumbling facades, the compromises we made out of a fear of not being loved or a fear of being alone. It doesn't ask for your permission, my dear Leo. It arrives when your soul has waited long enough for you to see the truth. And for you, that moment is now. You may begin to notice people around you behaving strangely. Someone whose energy always felt off, like a courtier with a false smile, might suddenly reveal their true colors in a way that confirms every silent suspicion you ever had. Perhaps you will receive a message, an email, or overhear a conversation that makes no logical sense on the surface, but resonates in your body with the perfect clarity of truth. Or maybe the strangest thing of all will happen. A profound silence will fall where there was once noise. A sudden absence that isn't a punishment, but a revelation. The empty space finally allows the truth to echo. These are not accidents. They are energetic consequences unraveling in real time. And the tower is not punishing them or you. It is simply mercifully pulling back the velvet curtain. It is exposure as an act of grace. There may be someone in your life, past or present, who misused your incredible loyalty. Someone who manipulated your generous heart or took your brilliant light for granted. And yet, because your heart is so noble, you endured it. You questioned yourself instead of them. You searched your own soul for what you might have done wrong, when all along the imbalance was never yours to carry. But now the universe has picked up on the silent prayers of your heart and is answering them in a way that might shock you. Not through messy confrontation or dramatic vengeance that is beneath you. It is answering you with clarity. And pristine clarity, my friend, has a divine way of removing all power from the things and people that once controlled you. This is your moment not to react, but to rise. When the masks of others fall to the ground, let them lie there. You do not need to stomp on them. You do not need to argue with the face that has been revealed. Your role is not to attack, but to realign your own kingdom. Imagine yourself not as the horrified witness to the destruction of a building, but as the royal prisoner being freed from the very walls that confined your vision. You are not the one crumbling, Leo. You are the one stepping out from behind the rubble into the sunlight. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" I invite you to ask a more powerful question. What glorious truth is being shown to me now? This simple shift in perspective changes your posture from one of a victim to one of a visionary. You are no longer in survival mode. You are in revelation mode. And as hard as it may be to see certain faces fall away, or to realize that long-held beliefs were built on sand, please understand that every crack in that old facade is a ray of light breaking through. Every collapse is a sacred act of letting go. This is a holy breaking open. So in the coming days, stay present. Stay curious, like a wise ruler observing their kingdom. If something feels off, do not dismiss it as you being too sensitive. If a strange message arrives, sit with it before you respond. If a profound silence shows up, do not rush to fill it with nervous chatter. Listen to what that silence is teaching you. The universe is speaking to you in the language of vibration and intuition. Your body, your noble heart, will always know the truth before your logical mind catches up. If you feel the energy shift around someone, trust that your inner guidance is not being dramatic, it is being divine. And when that moment of truth arrives, when something hidden finally comes to light, I want you to pause. Do not roar. Do not run. Do not retaliate. Just breathe. Let your regal silence speak volumes. Let your calm be the ultimate closure. Remember this magnificent soul, true power doesn't panic. It stands tall in the light of clarity. You are not here to chase down justice. Justice has already chosen you as its champion. This is your cosmic reminder that you do not owe anyone your peace just because they once had your attention. You do not need to reopen a door to a chamber that once held you captive. You do not have to defend your healing to those who watched you bleed and did nothing. The tower has come to cut the energetic cords for you. Your only job is to allow it. Oh, my glorious Leo, after the storm of revelation clears and the dust from the fallen tower settles, something truly extraordinary begins to emerge from the clearing. It is not just relief, it is resurrection. The presence of the Six of Wands in your reading is more than just a simple signal of success. It is a symbol of recognition that is so deeply, profoundly long overdue. This card does not offer you a victory that was simply handed to you. Oh no. It reflects a deep spiritual truth that everything you have walked through, every tear you cried in private, every silent prayer you whispered into the darkness, every betrayal you bravely chose not to let define you, has not been in vain. The Six of Wands is the universe looking you directly in the eyes and saying, I saw it all. I saw your courage. I saw your integrity. And your resilience is not invisible to me. In the tarot, this card is the embodiment of triumph. It is traditionally shown as a victorious rider returning home to the cheers and applause of a supportive crowd, holding a wand crowned with a laurel wreath of victory. But for you, Leo, this victory is twofold. Yes, there is an element of public recognition coming, but the deeper victory is the quiet, grounded, unshakable knowing in your own heart that you have passed through the fire and have emerged, not burned, but purified. You are stronger, clearer, and more sovereign than ever before. Astrologically, your sign is the phoenix of the zodiac, just as Scorpio is. But your rising is different. You rise not from the shadows, but into an even more brilliant light. You don't just recover, you emerge completely transformed, ready to take your rightful place. Not standing in someone else's shadow, not waiting for permission, but standing proudly in the radiant center of your own stage. The universe is preparing to hand you 3 unexpected blessings during this potent window. First, you may receive a message, a call or an email that shifts everything. A sudden yes, from a place where you had only heard silence. Second, something you thought was over, a creative project, a brilliant idea, a dream you quietly buried in the graveyard of your heart, will begin to stir again with new life, new breath. And third, a professional or financial door may swing open so unexpectedly in a way you could not have anticipated, but that feels so perfectly divinely right. None of these things will be a coincidence. They are the direct answers to the prayers you once whispered in surrender, thinking no one could possibly hear you. But the universe heard every single word. However, this glorious next chapter comes with its own invitation to wisdom. As you step forward into your well-deserved light, remember this: not everyone from your past is meant to have a front-row seat in your future. One of the final tests for a loving and loyal Leo is knowing when to keep the door to the royal court firmly shut, even when the knock upon it is painfully familiar. Someone who once left you in the dark, who did not see your worth, may try to return now that your sun is shining so brightly. They may not return with malice, but perhaps with the convenience of nostalgia or the desire to warm themselves by your fire. And right here, my friend, is where your lesson in boundaries becomes your ultimate victory. This is not the time to hand your crown back to the very hands that once dropped it. This is the time to say with quiet, regal confidence, I choose myself this time. You don't need to be cruel. You simply need to be clear. This is the part of your story where your dignity becomes your true north. Let's anchor this into something practical. You've gone through a profound energetic clearing. Now it's time to organize your external kingdom. Financially, this is your moment to reassess. Track your money. Eliminate what drains you, not just frivolous spending, but energetic drains too. Subscriptions, obligations, even relationships that feel like emotional debts. Invest in what gives back to you, your knowledge, your wellness, your stillness. This isn't just about wealth. It's about aligning your resources with your radiant self-worth. Professionally, revisit your goals. Ask yourself not what others expect of you, but what truly deeply sets your soul on fire. Realign with your why. It's time to reconnect with what truly matters to you. And psychologically, building strong, healthy boundaries is the most compassionate act you can perform. Boundaries are not walls to keep love out. They are invitations for respect. They tell the world how you have healed and what you now value. This isn't about keeping people out. It's about keeping your sacred peace in. Scorpio, you are not returning to who you were before the storm. You are claiming for the first time who you have truly become. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. This is about honoring the magnificent version of yourself that kept going when it would have been so much easier to give up. The Six of Wands is not just a card, it is a mirror. And what it is reflecting back to you is the image of a soul who was never lost, but was simply on the sacred journey back to their own throne. You are rising, my beautiful Leo, quietly, completely, gloriously. My dear Leo friends, we have reached the end of our sacred journey together for today. I want you to pause and truly feel the significance of this message, the immense power of this moment. This has not just been a reading, this has been a profound activation of your soul's highest, most brilliant purpose. Embrace it fully. Allow yourself to surrender to the magic of your own magnificent transformation. This is your time to shine your brightest, to share your incredible, heart-centered gifts with the world, and to live the life of joy, passion, and purpose you were always destined to live. I would be so honored to hear from you. What part of this message resonated most deeply with your lion heart? What truth has been awakened within you today? Please share your thoughts, your insights, and your feelings in the comments section below. By sharing our stories and supporting one another, we amplify our collective healing and growth. Let's create a sanctuary of transformation and light right here. And of course, if you have not already done so, please remember to subscribe to Cosmic Wisdom to stay connected for all the unique guidance we will be sharing in the weeks to come. Our journey together has so much more to unfold. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your glorious journey back to yourself. It has been a true gift to share this sacred space with you. I wish you an abundance of joy, a profound sense of peace, and the unwavering success that you so richly deserve. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. You are the sun. You are the phoenix. And you are fully capable of achieving all of your wildest, most beautiful dreams. Go forth and be brilliant.